Forget all the troubles and blues. Dive into the blue. Oh yes, talk to the fish.
Welcome back to Talk to the Fish, where we plunge into scuba knowledge. I'm your host, Jack, and today's show aims to boost your diving skills beyond my naturally questionable navigation abilities. Swimming alongside me today, we've got a guest who makes every fish's fins tremble. Please welcome Regis, a shark teaching divers when he's not busy practicing his intimidating poses.
Appreciate the introduction, Jack. Don't worry about your navigation abilities, focus more on your swimming technique that reminds a jellyfish in a washing machine.
I'm always swimming straight after a good massage. Now let's see the question from #ShrimpShady. Apart my secret desire to prepare fresh sushi underwater, should I carry a knife during my dives and feel like a marine Rambo?
Now that's a question worth sinking our teeth into.
I can already see you're going to carve right through this topic, Regis.
First, it's not about making underwater sushi, it's about safety. When you're wrapped up tighter as a Christmas present, in fishing lines or kelp, you'll be grateful for that blade.
Once got so tangled in seaweed, my own anemone filed a missing clownfish report.
Which brings me to a second advantage. We appreciate divers who help keep our home clean. Those abandoned fishing line and nets aren't just eyesores. They are death traps for marine life.
Not clowning around when it comes to cleaning up these lines.
And speaking of marine life, we sometimes need a helping fin, and your knife could be the difference between life and death for a trapped turtle.
You're making me feel quite guilty about using mine primarily as a vanity mirror.
And don't forget, in many diving areas, it's actually required by law.
Also, when your gear decides to throw a tantrum, having a cutting tool becomes as crucial as my morning coffee before going to lunch.
You're right to say that a cutting tool is not only useful underwater, it can help on board also.
I can be useful to a shark, and that's frightening. Now let's talk about the choice. Chopper versus katana?
Let me cut through the confusion. Diving knives are similar to my teeth, impressive but sometimes overkill. Otherwise, they are robust, with both straight and serrated edges and perfect because so versatile. Maintaining them may require some attention, such as a pufferfish at a balloon convention.
Speaking of pufferfish, I once organized them into a synchronized swimming team. Let's just say it was a spiky situation.
Line cutters are more compact, with a hook-shaped design that's safer compared to swinging a full blade around, though they are limited to thinner materials and to one task, much as Jack is limited to swimming in small circles.
At least I make those circles perfectly round.
EMT scissors are your go-to for precision work. Think of them as underwater scissors on steroids. Great for detailed tasks, but in saltwater they rust faster than a sea turtle's rush to a seaweed buffet.
Those turtles always beat me to the best spots.
Finally, there's the Z-knife. Compact and simple. Perfect for one-handed emergency releases, but about as powerful as Jack's attempts at intimidation. Remember, choosing your cutting tool is as personal as selecting your favorite coral lead to hide behind when I swim past.
I prefer the term strategic relocation. Thank you very much. Now, any pointed advice about carrying tools underwater?
Well, Jack, I always say the center chest mount or waist strap is the way to go. Creates a perfect triangle of accessibility which really takes the pressure off when you need it.
What makes it such a cutting-edge choice?
Because both hands can access it. Even if one arm is playing hide and seek with some fishing line, your tool stays within reach. Plus, it's right in your field of vision, making it easier to spot than a whale at a sardine convention.
Speaking of playing hide and seek, some divers mount their tools on their legs.
Unless you're auditioning for the next James Bond, leg mounting for a recreational diver is as practical as teaching a jellyfish to juggle. When you're dealing with leg cramps, reaching your calf becomes mission impossible. Same thing. If you put the tool on your forearm, what happens?
Just one hand is able to use it.
Exactly. It is not appropriate to address every scenario.
Oh my god! Sounds like keeping tools at chest level gives you quite the advantage.
Indeed. Whether you're vertical as a seahorse or horizontal as a flounder, chest-waist mounted tools stay accessible. And the best part, one quick glance tells you it's still there.
Yeah, no need to play underwater Twister to check.
Always think, what's the safest, most practical way to carry a tool? It's not a movie and it's a tool, not a prop.
Before we swim away with all this information, any last cutting remarks to slice through, Regis?
2 key points here. Cutting tools are for safety and, this is crucial, these tools are not weapons. We are guests in the ocean, not hunters or an aggressor.
And that's all the current we're writing for today's episode of Talk to the Fish. A massive thank you to our guest Regis, who proved sharks can actually be educational when they are not practicing their serious glares in the mirror. Don't forget to tune for the next episode, Survival Guide for Humans Who Are Terrible at Being Underwater, a comprehensive manual for humans who consider breathing underwater an advanced life skill. Until then, and as my great-great-grandmother used to say before she got lost in the Great Barrier Reef, keep blowing those bubbles. They're the original social media of the sea.
Forget all the troubles and blues. Dive into the blue. Oh yes, talk to the fish.